Sports Snippets. Dennis Sullivan, what the heck's going on? It's March 6th. It's a Sunday. We're talking Miami Heat basketball as the Heat have defeated the Philadelphia 76ers Saturday night by a score of 99-82. Before I get started here, guys, you do like content of this particular video, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, because we have a lot of things to talk about here as the NBA season is now in the home stretch of the regular season, so feel free to subscribe as well to my channel. Let's get started, guys. So, two key numbers. The first one up on the snippets board is the number 3. The Heat have now opened up a 3-game lead over the Philadelphia 76ers. They are atop the Eastern Conference. If the season were to end today, they would be the number 1 seed. The other key number to throw at you here is 17. That is the number of regular season games left for the Miami Heat as I make this video. So this is key stuff here, guys. The Heat can just kind of keep this 3-game lead another couple of weeks. All right, now we're down to maybe 12 games, 11 games in the season, the regular season. Then it gets more and more difficult as time goes on and we head towards the very end of the regular season. Heat are looking good right now. That was a huge win Saturday night. Let's talk about that. That was another kind of typical type of Miami Heat win for this regular season. And what I mean by that is the defensive effort was really there. They played tremendous defense. As we all know, the Heat are they're not the greatest rebounding team, but I think that their philosophy must be, if we could just compete on the boards, finish pretty much where the other team does in terms of rebounding, we have a good chance to win with our good offensive players, our superior shooting, ball movement, things like that. And they're just going to wear you down if there is more half-court type sets throughout the course of a game, because their defense is so good, both in the half-court and in transition. And I did put the letter D, of course, standing for defense. That's the key. I mean, you held the two top offensive players for the Sixers in Joel Embiid, who's the MVP candidate in the Eastern Conference, Tobias Harris, actually all the NBA. I mean, Joel Embiid's an outstanding player, MVP candidate, and Tobias Harris, you held Embiid 4 of 15 from the field, Harris 6 of 15 from the field. That's a combined 10 of 30 when you factor that in. And these are two of the big scorers for the 76ers. Harris finishing with 16 points, 8 rebounds, and a steal. Embiid with 22 and 15, and he had a couple of steals himself. Now, in this game on Saturday, each team missing a key player. Kyle Lowry out for the Miami Heat. James Harden out for the Sixers. Let's just talk a little bit about the productivity as far as both teams go after Tobias Harris and Joel Embiid. There's Tyrese Maxey, which we all know, guys. I mean, this has been a huge addition to the Sixers. Finishes with 17 points. Matisse Thybulle did not really play too much. He did get the start, though. Finished with a rebound and an assist. Furkan Korkmaz, 2 points, 4 rebounds. What I was impressed with the Philadelphia 76ers, they have a nice combination of players coming off their bench. You have some pretty good, definitely veteran leadership off the bench in Danny Green, in Paul Millsap. I mean, these are pretty good guys to have coming off your bench. Georges Niang's a good player. I mean, they go about, you factor in, now you add Harden, you're going 9 strong just with those players. Millsap finished with 4 points, 5 rebounds. Danny Green, 6 points, 3 rebounds. But Danny Green had 4 steals off the bench. Niang would finish with 9 points and 3 assists. Paul Reed did not score. Isaiah Joe had 2 points. Shake Milton, 4 points, a rebound, 2 assists. So the Sixers, I mean, they're not going to go anywhere, guys. They're not going anywhere. This is a pretty tough team. You factor in a healthy Harden, I mean, they're going to be tough to beat. I could easily see this winding up. I mean, who knows what's going to happen, but I could see this. You could certainly see this down the road, a Sixer Heat Eastern Conference final. Boy, would that be crazy. That would be intense. That would be a really good series. For the Heat, PJ Tucker, 2 points and 3 assists. Jimmy Butler played very well. 21 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Bam was a little bit quiet. Definitely quiet for him, by his standards especially. 6 points. He did have 10 rebounds. Gabe Vincent, once again, he gets the start with the Lowry being out. How many times have we said this? Gabe Vincent coming through for the Heat. 16 points, 2 assists. Duncan Robinson had 6 points. For the Heat, what really caught my attention off the bench, Caleb Martin, 14 very important points off the bench and 2 steals. Haywood Highsmith had 2 points. Dwayne Dedman, 2 points, 4 rebounds. Omer Yurtseven did not score. They had a few players that just played like a minute or two. Kyle Guy did not score. Javonte Smart did not score. But then you had Tyler Herro, of course. Herro and Strus, I mean, those are 2 big players off the Heat bench. Herro would finish with 21 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. So, along with Jimmy Butler, he was the high scorer for the Heat. Max Strus had 9 points and 7 rebounds for the Miami Heat, who improved their record to 43-22. I mean, that is very strong. The Sixers with a loss, still looking good, guys. They're sitting at 39-24. 13 of 28 is huge number in this, huge statistic or huge shooting number to point out to you. That was the Miami Heat. That represented what the Miami Heat did on Saturday night from three-point range. It's very good. 13 threes. You're almost at 50%, 46.4. In contrast, the Sixers only converted 7 of 41 from 3, which is horrific. That's just over 17%. I mean, you really could say that's your game right there, but we got to give credit to the Heat. I mean, Heat are good defending everywhere. Like as mentioned at the beginning of this video, defend well in transition, in the half court, and they're going out and they're contesting these threes and doing a really good job. Otherwise, you got virtually an even rebounding battle. I mean, I think Philadelphia had like 3 more rebounds, 41-38. Turnovers virtually the same, 12-14. Sixers with a 2 turnover advantage. Very much, if you look at turnovers and rebounding, pretty much almost identical or very even, very close. But the field goal percentage was the difference, guys. Was the difference. So, especially from 3. Field goal percentage, especially from 3, was the difference. Now, guys, when I say next, had a little bit of a... let me just kind of touch this up for you here, guys. Well, that's not a T, right? There you go. There you go. All right, next. So, plenty on the Heat schedule. Not going to get too much into immediately who we're playing. I'm going to say this. 17 games left. Legitimately speaking, if the Heat can just go like 11-6, which doesn't even sound that spectacular, they'll, with a 3-game lead now, the magic number really, in my opinion, is 11, as far as they can just get those 11 wins, not worry so much about the other teams. Because if they were to go 11-6, a team like the Sixers, who have played 2 games less than the Heat, the Sixers are at 39-24, so they still have 19 games. He'd have, as mentioned, 17 games left. But if the Heat were to go 11-6 down the stretch, then the Sixers would have to go something like in the neighborhood of like 15-4 or something down the stretch. I mean, somewhere in that range. So let's see what happens, guys. Some really good signs here. Miami Heat with another win, 17-point win Saturday night. Want to talk more about this in the days and weeks to come. Let me know what you think. Want to get some comments below. Let me know what you think. We'll talk again real soon, and bye for now.